these shady, grimy energies is not gonna make it through this Capricorn horse year. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Message that I got here. Yeah, and then as I started the camera, my dog goes straight to the door. Okay, because I feel like spirit is at the door, like clocking things. Okay, they're clocking this grimy, shady energies that's going on. Guys, I am offering $20 mini rates if you'd like to get one. Just let me know, okay? Give everybody a chance to hop in the chat. All right, guys, we're going to get a prayer. Beloved ancestor spirit guides to the Most High God, I call on Archangel Michael for protection. Anybody sending anything physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, please block and blind them. I call back our energy and send theirs back with full forgiveness in all forms to the universe at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the Most High God. All right. Mm. This and that. They still being grimy and shady. Hey, hey. Okay. Y'all, we're going to tap in. Okay, just send your Cash App or PayPal over, okay? I got you. All right, y'all. Let's tap in. Cash App and PayPal, y'all, is down in the description box, okay? And then Marshall's here too. Hey, Marshall, will you put my Cash App and my PayPal in there in the comment section? Thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate you so much. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. All right, Spirit, give me some messages here about this energy here. Empress in reverse. Okay, y'all, these empresses in reverse who they play like they the empress and play like they have everything together here. Listen, I'm just saying that shady, grimy energy, it ain't working for you. Okay. This could be any sign, okay? It is what it is. They could be claiming they're the empress, and that's not the case, okay? Something about this. Ten of Pentacles. This could be family. This could be a mother. This could be a baby's mother. This could be just somebody false claiming this and that. Look, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse. Somebody here is not getting a new beginning here. Okay? It's like... I just heard they don't believe fat meat is greasy. Like, I don't know what's going on with this Empress in reverse and somebody's karmic ass family. Like, they just don't get it, okay? And you're over here and you're focused on your pentacles here with this Ace of Pentacles, working on something here, and they just constantly coming in and trying to act like they have peace or they want to make peace, and that's not the case. Somebody cannot move the calmer waters here, okay? With the situation or circumstances here, okay? Something about the childhood, okay? These opportunities here. And see, you're getting justice with the situation. You're not heartbroken about something either. And somebody, they're not being successful with this Six of Pentacles with that corruption either. Y'all know what this energy's giving. It's like, okay, so I couldn't backstab betray you. So I'm still going to come in or make you feel guilty. But I'm still going to be cold and calculated and still try to follow through with the plan. Queen of Swords in reverse. Like, I'm still going to try to follow through with it. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care about your boundaries. I don't care about this. And somebody here is getting pleasure out of doing this. Very interesting. King of Wands. King of Wands, you could be dealing with the Queen of Swords in reverse here. And I'm going to be honest. Somebody's wearing a mask here, okay? Somebody could have already tried to warn you, but it's just kind of like something's fixing to happen here for you to see something clearly, okay? And once you see something clearly, you're going to have your Ace of Cups. You're going to get a victory here, and you are going to officially be able to protect yourself from this energy here. Whoever this Queen of Swords is, this Empress in reverse for you is, whoever this is, somebody here don't mean you no well, okay? They're not offering you something here. Yeah, this is exactly. It's like they just keep coming in. They possibly trying to make you feel bad and doing this and doing that. I do not like this energy at all. It's not no good. Also, too, something else I'm picking up on is this Empress in reverse in the public eye trying to paint a picture, and now all of a sudden multiple towers is hitting this person, and it's like King of Wands, you're not like smearing this in somebody's face. Like, you're sitting back and watching somebody be publicly humiliated here, and it's just, you're not eating it up, okay? You're not over here doing this, okay? You are like sitting here and you're just like, man, this just cannot be happening. Does that make sense? You're not celebrating something here, but this is what somebody was doing to you, okay? Because, collective, we don't celebrate people's downfalls and, them facing towers and things they're going through. We are not that. That ain't how we roll, right? We want to help people. We don't want to hinder them or hold them back or anything. But sometimes what I say about a cutoff, sometimes it's spiritual and it's not personal. You may have to cut somebody off because spiritually something is blocking your money, okay? I heard something about somebody's in-laws. Your in-laws can be a huge blockage here. Guys, I'm sorry. My chat sometimes stops. Okay, there we go. Restart it up. Because they're cruel. Some type of cruelty. Yeah, I posted that reading earlier today. I said, who did y'all cut off? Because this energy is like a very narcissistic psychopath. Like, you're going to do what I say. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if I have to ruin your life, ruin your public image. I don't care what I have to do, but you're going to do what I say. And it's like, this energy's like challenge accepted. What you going to do? You going to call your little minions? You going to call your little resources? You going to call your little people over there? And you stood up to somebody here, and this could be a backstory that I'm telling you. This could even be in-laws of some people, and they thought their families had it all figured out, and they just had all the resources in the whole world, and they don't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. Look, three people just left when I said that. I don't know why you're over here watching. Hmm. Something about this energy here is like, what do you got going on here? Like, how do you think that you have this much power to control somebody? Y'all know people really. I was watching a video the other day, and it was really disturbing. And this man was like, "Well, the only reason that women can get on the internet and say and do what they want to is because we allow y'all to. Us men have all the control over you, and if we wanted to stop you, we would." Sir, you need to go find you something safe to do. What is going on here? Like, who raised you? Cause I don't know what you thought this was. What in the entire fuck is going on, right? And there was a man reposted the video, right? And he was like, "Do y'all see this? This is the problem right here. Y'all women have had to fight for your rights and everything else, right?" He was like, "Why would you stand down and be quiet?" Okay, it's a completion of a cycle here, y'all. This Empress in reverse literally could be a masculine energy that's in their emotions. This could be a Libra or a Taurus masculine that doesn't know what to do with themselves, because this is the kind of thinking they have. Like, you do what I say. I put that ring on you and you do what I say. Type shit, right? You're sitting over here, you're like, I ain't come out of your nutsack. Who are you trying to tell what to do? See, Empress and Emperor, listen, now we talk back and we don't shut up, okay? So if you're dealing with narcissistic family members or somebody over here that thinks they're the head honcho, you're a problem for them. And this is why they need you to shut up and sit down somewhere. And you need to do what you're told, okay? And y'all know what the funny thing about this is? Is this same energy don't do shit for you. Okay, they don't do absolutely nothing. You're like, listen, I pay my own bills. I take care of my own self. Anything that you can do for me, I can do for myself. Like, who do you think you are coming in and speaking to me like this? Right. This definitely could be somebody from your past as well. Okay, they're real narcissistic and a psychopath, and they're like, yeah, this is what you're gonna do, and you like, okay, well, you better hide and watch because I'm about to disappoint your ass, okay? Something about this. Because, see, there was something orchestrated here that you wasn't supposed to be taking care of your family. Or you wasn't supposed to be able to take care of yourself or whatever. And they was trying to paint this picture like you was the unstable. Y'all, this could be somebody's mama, grandmama, stepmama. They're painting this picture like somebody's just unstable. This could be your own mama, okay? You sitting over here and you like, I take care of my own self. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because this could be a picture painted about your own child, and you like, listen, that child is gonna be fine. They grown, they can take care of themselves. You need to be minding your business, okay? Why are you over here worried about something else and worried about this and worried about that? You need to be worried about your own business. But y'all, this is somebody always trying to keep that confusion up, right? And it's like, what's going on here? What just happened here? Minding the wrong business that don't pay you. Because somebody found out you in the Nine of Pentacles energy and you good. Yeah, because a third party was over here doing all this chitter chatter. And it's like, what's happening here? Y'all listen, I got 3 grown kids. Okay? I don't meddle in their business. It ain't none of my damn business what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, they know how to take care of themselves. I taught them how to take care of themselves. They watch mama. Okay, listen now. Mama wasn't no weak ass woman. Mama was strong. Mama had 2 or 3 jobs. Mama raised 2 of them pretty much. While daddy was in the wind and in the pen. type shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Listen now. I showed them the life skills they needed. They know right from wrong. And at the end of the day, I don't need to step in. I don't need to be doing all of that. Some parents need to know boundaries here. And with that Ten of Pentacles in reverse, somebody family don't have no boundaries. And they're over here and it's like, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? You say, what does the crowns mean? I'm good, babies. I'm good. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, well, I mean, what are y'all getting from this? Being having all that control, because y'all, this is the old belief system that they believe in. They're like, no, you're supposed to go get married and run the family business, and you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that. No, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, that's who you are. We're not going to do this. Right. I something about this, okay? And it's like now they're mad because you're sitting here and you can take care of yourself. And that's why I said something about the shady, grimy shit that people's been doing. Y'all not gonna last in the Capricorn year. Cause see, the Capricorn year is about bossing up and really paying attention to things. And there is gonna be some grimy ass family members here, y'all, that get their feelings hurt because you were good. You were okay. Actually, let me be honest. Some of the collective is sitting better than their own family right now. You know what I'm saying? Chris, listen now. What am I going to do with you? Hold on 1 second, Chris, okay? But y'all see what I'm saying? Like, with everybody is shifting, you know what I'm saying, into this Capricorn energy. And you said that you're okay, a Capricorn rising. That's like how you show up to the world, right? And who you are. Being a Capricorn rising is tough dealing with the karmic ass people that want you to be, the controller of your life. Okay. And that's really hard. That's why I was telling y'all to go and check y'all's chart for the Capricorn placements and the Aries placements, because Saturn rules Capricorn. So Capricorn is all about stability and having things put in place, right? And it's like, hey, listen, this is so important because when somebody comes and they're out of balance into your life, it throws you off. Okay, Capricorn is not gonna fight with you. They ain't gonna argue with you. They just gonna go back to work and make their money. They sense a game that's being played. They're gonna go back and they're gonna go back to work. They don't even care, right? Because why am I gonna put my energy into that? Earth signs is about stability. They want to make sure that their shit's together. Aries is about action, but like we was talking about last night, Aries also rules the head, the brain, the mind. So don't let people come in with these shady, grimy games and play with your mind or play with your head. Stay in that Capricorn structure energy, right? If you know that you got structure, you know where you're at exactly. You got to protect your own peace. And don't set yourself on fire for somebody else. Okay, if you can't do it, listen, it is what it is, right? Something about this is going to be very significant, and this could be for karmic family. Like, they don't get it. The collective, this is why you are sitting in a position you're sitting in, because you making sure you're going through everything with the fine tooth comb right now. Where do I need to put my energy? Where's my money going? Do I need to cut the fat meat off of my bills? How can I do this? What can y'all see what I'm saying? Everybody's having to do this right now. They're saying there's a snowstorm coming, right? VG ain't in panic mode. Got food in there, doing everything's fine, right? Bills taken care of. And there's like literally there's like a grocery store walking distance, like directly across the street, and a little convenience store. So we good, right? I don't freak out when everything's happened. I'm just over here and I'm like, okay, what is the main thing that we got to do, right? And collective, that's what you're having to do, is like, what is the main thing that has to be taken care of here? So many people need to be looking at this. What are you doing in your life? Like that couch that wouldn't fit through my door, y'all. Listen, I couldn't even get it up on the damn on the floor that I live on. Okay, I live in the penthouse, all the way at the top of the building, right? So it's like Your life is like this couch right now. It wouldn't fit in the elevators. It wouldn't fit in the stairwell, so that motherfucker can't come in. We're gonna have to downsize. What we gonna have to downsize to? What am I not dealing with? What am I not doing? Right? And somebody karmic family sadly mistaken because they've been painting this picture like you are the one who is just so out there, you're crazy and you don't know what you're doing, and and oh my gosh, you're into spirituality, what's wrong with you? You need to be going and getting in the church, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's what it's like, what is what's working for me is working for me. Exactly. Because it's but see, y'all, we're gonna go back to this. Why do they need to control you so much? What do you need control over? Why do you need to censor everything that's going on? See, this censoring shit could be very significant. Y'all know how Britney Spears got done, where her daddy wanted it. They put her on medicine and they done this and they done that and everything. Shit, listen now. Y'all know that's a hustle for some of these families too. Everybody in the family be on a crazy check. So you mean to tell me that everybody got some kind of disability and everybody on a crazy check, and this is what y'all doing? So now they trying to put you over here and be like, well, yeah, they've got depression and they've got this and they got, but you got away from them. Now all of a sudden you don't got none of these symptoms. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. You like shit. I'm good. What you mean? You was the reason I had depression. You was the reason I had anxiety. Shit. You was the reason that I needed to go suppress some shit. Like now that I'm away from y'all, I'm happy, I'm peaceful. That's why I was saying earlier, y'all, it's like there's an energy over here on the sidelines that is so angry because the collective is not in that energy anymore. You have found a sense of peace that feels so good. And it's like they want to drag this on into 2026, and you're looking and you're like, uh-uh. I recognize that cycle. I recognize the breadcrumb, and I recognize the lying and the deceiving and whatever else you trying to drag over here. You better get your ass back over there, right? Gonna be very significant. Chris, you know that this ex that you keep reconciling with is a blockage. It's like, why you keep going back? What lesson you need to learn from that girl? I need you to really, really ask yourself, like, what is it that is making you go back to her so much? I don't feel like you need to be focused on relationships. I really, spirit is saying that you need to be focused on like your healing and yourself, right? Don't let people come in and take advantage of your kindness. Cause I feel like it's like it's a comfort zone for you, right? You keep taking her back. Yeah. It's like a comfort zone. And you want to be loved so much. Does this woman like is does she have like something about the mother? Okay. Cause I feel like this is what's blocking out. She okay. So you're connected to the kid. Is that why you keep going back, Chris? Because you feel sorry for the kid. Is that what it is? She done pulled the old flim flam on you with the kid. Hmm. Or does she have your kid? Is this your baby mama? And she's pulling the old flim flam with the kid. Yeah, y'all get sucked into that. She's like, well, my baby daddy ain't shit. Well, listen, okay, but at the same time, you need to be asking yourself why you keep picking these same kind of men. You see what I'm saying? It's like you gotta. That's where the healing starts. You gotta ask yourself, do you keep I feel like you're gonna find somebody else, okay? But first we need to work on healing and get this one out of your completely out of your energy. I'm gonna be honest, Chris, because this is a bad cycle. And your ass keeps coming back and saying, VG, I started back with her again. You're gonna have to go within. You're gonna have to really like all the time that you spent with her. We need to find something that we need to do. What is it that little boy inside of you is searching for? Like, do you have a passion of some sort? Do you like music? Do you like sports? Is there something here? Maybe going to the gym and working out and really like all that love you trying to pour in her. I need you to pour into you. Find a healthy outlet, right, and start loving on yourself. Cause there ain't no love there. Cause it's like she has this thing, like you're healing. She sees that you're thriving, you're doing good, everything is good for you, and then all of a sudden, boom, here she comes back, and then she's like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you anymore, and some dumb shit happens, and then she leaves again. Do you see? It's like she comes in and she stops where you're trying to complete the cycle. It's cruelty. And then the kid don't make it no easier. And it's like, man, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be focused on love. 2026, focus on your bag, focus on your healing, focus on your health. Get you a gym membership. Listen now, go get a healthier outlet of something here, okay? And whenever she tries to call, block that ass. Let her know, listen, we're not going to reopen this door, okay? We ain't going to do this, okay? You don't deserve to be treated like that. Like, and that's what some these men and women do. They wait and they put you like on the shelf, and then it's like, oh, when they're in dire need, it's like, oh, I know I can call him because he's gonna be there. He's gonna do exactly what I tell him to do. No, don't be somebody's mule, because that's what that is. You don't deserve to be treated like that. That ain't fair. It ain't right. Cause these hoes ain't loyal. Let me tell you something about these hoes out here. They ain't shit. Yeah. What's up, Empress Tarot? And see, that's what I'm saying about this scamming and grimy energy. They ain't gonna last because people is gonna be calling people out on their shit. Like, hold on, why do you keep coming in and trying to open that cycle back up? Like, I don't get. Listen, you need to go over there and somebody else and play with them. You need to go tell her, listen, go play with your mama. Don't play with me. Thank you, babies. I appreciate that. Yeah, but it's like once you get tired of these old cycles, trust me. When you get tired of being used and abused, boy, you gonna hit that ignore button and she gonna be real lost. Okay. Yeah, I'm proud of y'all. That's what you gotta do, man. Listen now. You got to be with somebody that wants to build, that don't want to control. That's like being with like if you're in a relationship with somebody that's in competition. How are we gonna be in competition with each other when the bank account, the money's going to the same account, to the same house? What are we doing? If you got five more ideas how to make money, guess what? I'm gonna put my five ideas with it, and bitch, we're gonna have 10 streams of income. What are you talking about? See, but that's Capricorn year, right? Because it's gonna be great ideas coming. That's like y'all. Today was my husband's day off, right? And we finally found another couch, and we was out, right, taking care of business. And he got a call, and he had to go back. He had to go on to work. All right, cool. Drop me off to my truck, right? Shit. And he went into work because somebody else called out. That's like me looking at him and saying, "Well, we're out furniture shopping. Why are you going to pick this extra shift up for?" Wouldn't I sound like a hater? I'm just saying, like, no, baby, go on, go get that money, go get that bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we got bills to pay, right? Listen now, got a good opportunity, go on and go do it. Where is people's head at this day and time? I just don't understand. Like people be so wrapped up in sex and different things. Don't you want something in life? Don't you want to have something in life? And don't you want to support that person? I just don't understand it. Like, and people are really, really in competition. Like I don't get it. Like that shouldn't even matter. Like shit, we building something together. We can spend later, right? We can spend later. But if they calling you into work, shit, let's go on and go. Drop me off, shit. And I got in my truck and he went his way and I went mine. And look, he's at work, and guess what I'm doing? I come back home after I got done taking care of business. Now I'm back to work. You see what I'm saying? Shit, you can't go wrong with two hustlers being together that's building an empire together, right? Shit, when you're building something, you don't got time to cheat either. And that's another thing people don't understand. If you and your person is out and y'all doing this and y'all working, how you got time to talk to another bitch or another man? What's going on here? Because you making that time. That's why. Why you think cheaters is out here and they lost in the sauce and they don't know what to do? They out here begging other women to be with them and doing this and doing that. You see what I'm saying? And same thing for these karmic women too. Empress went single and made sure she built her empire. The emperor is doing the same thing. Chris, I'm talking to your ass. Build your empire because I promise you, you're going to find the empress is going to come in and match that same energy. Okay? Real shit. And that's the kind of energy you need to be calling in. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Why? I mean, but why would you even? Why would you even want to do that, right? Because some of these, they're fucking men child. What do you call it? Man child? Okay, they in that Peter Pan energy. They still have not grow up to. They're not growing up to even understand that. Listen, if you have a woman that's gonna have your back, just like if you have a man, y'all. I seen this video the other day and I couldn't believe it. This woman said, "All you do is work and pay bills." What? How? Whoa, whoa, whoa. She said, I'm not going to stay here and clean this house while all you do is work and pay bills. Well, ma'am, do you want to trade shoes? You go to work and you pay the bills, and I'll stay home and I'll cook and clean and take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? She said, I'm divorcing you because that's all you do is work and pay the bills. You don't do nothing else. What is social media doing to people? I y'all, I'm like, what? I'm just saying, it's warping people's mind. Like they mind is gone, y'all. And then with Saturn going into Aries, if the people already have this mind frame, what? Cause see, I was always told if you're gonna deal with a business, are you gonna deal with a busy man or a broke man? See what I'm saying? You gonna deal with a busy man or a broke man? And a lot of y'all working men y'all do not get the respect and the love and the reciprocation that you deserve. So when they see you get with somebody who has the same type of energy as you, I'm telling you, you know what? I don't have that knowledge, but that's actually a really good question. Let's see. Now we can look it up and see where. Okay, what numerology numbers?
Numerology uses single digits from 1 to okay. 9, along with special master numbers.
Okay, hold on. I guess we would look at like, okay, what zodiac sign would carry the most depression and like the life path. Maybe use the life path number. That could be very significant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, see, look, Empress Sarah. Let me tell you. Let me key you on something real quick. He controls with money. So he thinks he can work hard and he can still go out and have this many bitches, right? And go and do what he wants to do. Well, if you have that mind frame and that's how you feel, then go be single. But he uses his money to an advantage, right? And it's like, well, I go to work every day. I do too, but that don't mean that I go out and I sleep with people in my car once I get off. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a mind thing. See, that's that whole conditional thinking. That's like that man earlier, y'all. I was like, who in the hell raised him? He said, all y'all women get on the internet and you do this and you say this because we allow you to. And I'm like, what? It's almost like you got to, there is a group of men out here feel like you have to ask them um if it's okay if you can go be great and go be successful and go go to college, get your medical degree or get your law degree and go and be an officer or whatever. Like, it's like, well, the only reason you're able to do certain things because we make it possible. I was like, I guess, that's like that woman saying all you do is go to work and pay bills. I'm like, shit, I'm sure a bunch of single mothers got up under there and was like, or single fathers and said, shit, hey, sir, can you come pay some of my bills? Okay, listen, I got plenty. Can you? Hey, you can come assist me, okay? If she don't appreciate it, I promise you. Listen, okay. You said, I think the multiple. Number two is a date of birth. The person is over emotional, and chances of depression is more if you have multiple numbers of 8 and 4, along with multiple numbers 2 and date of birth. Okay. See, that would make sense. So yeah, you would just kind of correlate that. Like with cancers, that's they're very, very emotional. Water signs are very emotional, right? But where would you have that placement? You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, so what be like a fire sign with the damn Cancer moon, like a Aries, but with a Cancer moon, and then a Pisces rising. That's gonna be a clusterfuck of emotions and like depression and uh Cancer always likes to cling on to the past as well. That's something else that I read. They like to cling on to the past. Then that's the mother zodiac, right? So it's like, okay, we're just swimming. We're just swimming in emotions. That would make sense though. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Right, okay. Cause it's like when I jump into certain energies, I'm over here and I'm like, what the hell am I jumping into? Cause being an empath and being able to like really, really feel outside energies, I have to get myself together before I even do anything because I'm trying to pick through what energy is this and what energy is that and what's, you know what I'm saying? Because it's it's like, okay, I know I don't have none of this going on in my life. What in the hell am I picking up on? Right. So it's like universal energy that's out here. That's why today I was like, yeah, I'll be back, y'all. I gotta go outside. Okay. And that's really, really important, right? Sometimes, being as a reader, sometimes you have to go and ground yourself because it's like, oof. That's why I'd be like, y'all, comment below. Did y'all feel, did you wake up feeling this type of energy? What was going on? And what was in the environment? What was happening, right? I'd be asking all the questions, and that's really, really important. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And and you was talking about depression. Um, I was raised around people that was always in a like a lackluster, lack mindset, poverty. They're always trying to diagnose a motherfucker. You got this wrong. You got that wrong. You need to go to the doctor. You need this. No, I don't. I need y'all to quit being so dramatic and chaotic and go do self reflection on you, because see, that's what y'all got going on, right? I'll be like, I'm cool. I'm good. Like, why do y'all feel like that? What's happening? But it's emotional manipulation type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, I'm trying to get my bread. I'm trying to run my business. I got clients. Listen, I don't. That this shit over here that you like, it's, yeah, it is. And it's mentally toxic shit that they just like pour onto you, right? And like I said, I was raised in a house with a Virgo and a Cancer, right? And but they was hardly home. So it was like the older that I got, the more the Cancer got more emotional. It was really, really strange, because it was like then they poured that onto your kids. Have y'all noticed, for my Gen X babies, you got your own kids. Now your kids is pouring all that emotional toxicity and manipulation onto your kids. And and your kids are like, you're like, yeah, I was raised with that. Don't listen to that bullshit. Because that's what they do. Because it's like they didn't raise us because they was never home, right? Or they kicked us out of the house and we wasn't allowed to be in there, and things like this. There were certain things like they didn't come to the school, they didn't talk to the teacher, and if they had to, you got your ass beat, right? There were certain things, but now that they got these kids over here, they're just dumping all this toxicity on them, and you're like, nah. Because it was hard for us to have emotions. Because we was told to shut up until we got slapped until the next week. What are you talking about? What are you crying about? Type shit, right? So it's like parenting is hard because you got them coming in and trying to parent your kids when they didn't even parent you. I hope I'm connecting the dots for some people here, right? And you're sitting over here and you're like, leave them kids alone the same way you left me alone. Okay? Like, y'all, I moved out of the house of the age of 16. So who did you parent? Stop trying to parent my kids. Listen, stop. Leave them alone. And they'd be like, "Well, they're doing this and they're doing, and they're gonna learn. They're listen. They got their big girl draws on and they big boy draws on. They gonna be just fine." Yeah, you said you were having that astrology combination of moon being in the eighth for the Cancer sign. Any planet sitting in the sixth, the eighth, and 12th house from. Yeah, is And see, I feel like I'm where I have already plugged certain things in, I've detached from it, and it's like I'm seeing things way different now. It's like, okay, your parenting and my parenting is way different. And I'm not gonna, cause see, they were so detached and they wasn't home, but also they always had eyes on me, even though they wasn't around. Okay, that's another story for another day, because there was a lot of shit going on, right? But I just always seen somebody there. Soon as I was getting ready to leave the property, there was somebody pulled up, right? So I couldn't leave. But anyways, I'm very detached when it comes to getting in my kids' business like that. I don't want to hover over them. They're grown. They got to see the error of their own ways. The only thing that I can do is sit on this platform, right? And they watch me from afar. and they see the non-toxic way that mama handles life, how I handle the public, how I handle things, how I am now an activist for addiction, which hurt them, and the pain that I caused them, and watching mom take accountability for who she used to be and now who she is now. That's really important to me. But to them, to these toxic people over here, it's like, oh well, you're just such a bad person. But we don't want to talk about what the parenting that you didn't do. We're not going to talk about all of this over here, right? But they want to keep shoving things down your throat, but you're the only one that's making leeway and even taking accountability, right? I'm not emotional about it. Shit, I fucked up. She the first child I had, I was 17. She and me and him grew up together. Lisa and I, we went through some things. We went through some shit, right? Um, and it made me who I am today. I'm not embarrassed of the path that I took. It made me who I am today. And I don't know who needs to hear that, but it is what it is. Right? And sometimes that funky ass belief system that everybody else has, you're coming up out of that and it's okay. And it's really, really important. Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Because see, that was what it was about. That's so wild that you say that. It's because that's only like I was left home by myself because everybody had to work. Because Gen X, that's what they told our parents. You got to go out and you got to work and work and work and work and work, and that's it. Right? There was never no bonding for the kids and things like this because that's what they was taught. So it's like growing up in our house. Hey, listen, it was so wild. Everything was about where she didn't have things and my father didn't have things. The house was immaculate. Finances, money, material things. That was the only thing, right? That was important. And it's like now I'm learning through that. It's not about what you have, it's about who you have. That's really, really important. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Because I had to find myself, y'all. And it's so important finding yourself and finding that balance with you and just loving on yourself and understanding, you know what? I got what I need and I'm grateful for that. I don't need this here and that here and I don't need all of that stuff, right? I need to be looking within and asking that little girl, that little boy. Because, y'all, for a long time, I didn't understand the abandonment issue I had. Well, I plugged something in and now I understand it. And I'm okay. I'm cool. I'm good with it. Even though there's still certain people that still sitting there lying and not telling the truth about what happened back then, but it's okay. See, they got to lay with that, not me. I'm not carrying not a one's burdens for the rest of my lifetime. And I've promised myself that. I'm not carrying nobody else's burdens. I will give advice. I will be there and sit with you through your storm, but we got to figure out why you keep going through the same storm. We got to figure out the root of the problem. But I'm not going to keep overextending, right? It's like you're going to have to learn that lesson, right? You got to learn it. Well, exactly. Yeah. See, that's one thing that I've really, really been working on is like you don't sit and get in your head at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially about material things. Um, cause I ain't gonna lie, I've lost a lot in life, and I've had the White House with the picket fence around it and the nice vehicles and the finer things in life. And my daddy always used money as a that was his love language. It was never like a hug. It was never his love language was money. So now as a grown woman, I don't care for, yeah, we need money to live, right? But like somebody's financial status is not something that excites me. I'm not that woman, right? Because that's what I was raised up on. And I watch things, and you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of like, wow, I watch people do certain things for money, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Yeah. So it's helped though. It really, cause see, once I sit back and I started realizing that, I'm like, wow, cause what we say, people sell their soul for a good old pinnacle, and I just ain't her. I seen some things, and then there's also that such thing as a cursed bag of money, and it's like, and then I see my family rip each other apart with my grandmother. She passed, and I'm like, damn, for real. And my granny, she was very, very financially responsible, right? And she had all her ducks in a row. And I'm sitting over here and I'm like, why are y'all doing this? Like, she is snapping in the spirit because of what y'all are doing. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yeah. It's a lot of karmic cycles. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot of shit and stuff in there.
Okay. There's some chicken in the microwave. I was waiting on you to get here to give it to him. Yeah, the chicken bones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cause and see, that's the thing is like when people hit a financial like dip, you got to be careful because depression and money will take you to a place. That's where you got to like pull yourself back. So it was like what happened with like my situation, right? I'll use myself. Um I did not correlate my money with stress.
I know why.
Yes. I did not correlate my stress with the money. I was like, okay, let me go over here and let me do this. I did not let my mind go down into that deep depression. People would lock themselves in a room and go to sleep and cry and be all upset. I was like, okay, I've worked too hard. I'm not gonna let this get me down. I'm gonna get back up. Right? No matter what happens here, I'm gonna be just fine. And then I just like kicked into second gear and all gas no brake and just kept rolling. That's why I tell y'all collective, I don't give a shit what's going on in life. You got to get back up. Have you a backup plan. Make sure that you got certain things in place for you to where no matter what happens over here, I'm still gonna be good over here, right? And that's really really important because when you talk about money and depression, it's not good. And we don't need people out here committing suicide because this job ended over here. I need you to get back up, right? Or if there's only one breadwinner in the house, okay, well, see if you can help that person and make it a little easier. You know what I'm saying? For them. This is where teamwork makes the dream work type of energy. Y'all see what I'm saying? So if you only got one person that is the breadwinner, why would you be fussing and cussing and upset because you have to? You're over here, you're at home, and you're cooking and washing and doing laundry and doing this and doing that. Yeah. Uh huh. Exactly. It's so wild that you say that because I talked to a doctor right one time. I was cleaning houses and she told me, she said, I put all this time and effort into working and getting my doctorate degree and going to school and doing this. She said, I don't never get to enjoy none of this. She said, I'm always stressed out. I don't know what to do. She was like, I come home, her husband left her, all types of things. Yeah. Sometimes you can be so focused on the finer things in life where you literally will find yourself in a very, very isolated, depressed state. Because you spend so much time trying to get rich that you forget to love and care about the ones that surround you, right? And it's like, damn. And that's the kind of household that I grew up in. They spend so much time trying to get rich and trying to have finer things in life, and our house looked like Ashley Furniture store. Okay, walking through that bitch, there was no love there though. That house was cold. It was isolated, and it was depression. Exactly what you're saying. That's why at the age of 16 I had to get out because I'm like, I can't live like this. You said what? Okay. Yes. And that's why we all ran away from this, y'all. And see, and this is something that you could be understanding. Y'all, the house that we lived in, it was so beautiful and it was so set up and everything was so like the cabinets was full of food and but there was nobody there. It was cold, it was dark. That and whenever they come in, they would sit and eat and talk for a minute and then go back to bed and get right back up and leave and go back out again. And it's like, what do you do? So then I started finding myself being destructive and hanging with friends who drank and smoked and done certain things. And I'm over here already feeling the energy of seeing certain things and all this other stuff. Oh, I know that's exactly what it was. Because they was both in poverty, that's what they wanted to do. You see, and I understand that. Like I get it. And I've even told them, like, it was like y'all provided a great life, but there was no love there. And a lot of Gen X, a lot of us, we dealt with that, because that's how they was raised. There's always like I always say thank you, right? Because see now I see my dad and how broken down he is. My dad has steel rods all the way up his back and on his neck that holds him together because he works so hard to always provide, right? And that's another thing that taught me watching Kim. I'm not finna break myself down like that to make a dollar. Yeah, I'm not gonna break myself down like that to go and just. That's why I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to bed. Okay, I'll bring back. I'll come back with the energy when it's later, because I'm not gonna break myself down for a pinnacle. I'm not gonna break myself down for something else over here because I see my own parents break themselves down and literally don't have certain things in life and struggling. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow. Yeah, and that's the only thing they did was work. Yeah. And so how many of us have like really been through that? It's like as a kid, that's all we ever seen was our parents go to work. They didn't know how to love on us. Cause they was born up and that's exactly right. You gotta forgive them because y'all some of this stuff is normal to these people. I always say that. It's really really important because it's like whenever you start seeing the other side of the spectrum, that's what it was. Because I remember my dad, like he literally will tell stories of Christmases. He hates Christmas because his parents couldn't give them anything for Christmas because it was 13 of them. So granddaddy was like, y'all can go get some of that candy over there and y'all split it, and that's what your Christmas is. You see what I'm saying? So it's like every time that we come around to Christmas, my dad gets depressed. He don't want to celebrate it because when he was a little boy, he didn't get anything for Christmas. So now it's like, well, why should I buy you anything for Christmas? You see what I'm saying? Because he never got to experience that great feeling of just having stuff under the tree, right? So it's really really important, right? And I always have these conversations with my parents all the time because I want to hear about like their childhood and how they was raised because it helps me understand a lot about our relationship and what had happened and what was going on, and why they wasn't around and why it was okay. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. But it's just it's a sad situation, and that's what I told him. I said, Dad, let's celebrate Christmas. Like this Christmas, um, he told me, he said, don't buy me anything. I was like, I am buying you something. Don't tell me what to do. Right? And he's like, I don't know why you done that. And I'm like, Dad, listen, it was damn $10. I spent $10. Okay, quit worrying about the cost of things. Like it's the thought that counts. And there was a special gift that I wanted to get him, and I got a call, right? And he said, I want to take these pictures down because y'all, we really don't understand how abused our parents was. And that's the thing. He's wanting to take these pictures down, and I was going to get him some canvases made of the grandparents and the family members and stuff. He said he told my mom he said take all them pictures down. So y'all, he ruined my Christmas gift because I was gonna get him some nice canvases made. So then I had to cancel those, and I'm running through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to find something to give him because I don't know what to give him, right? Um, but you know what just really makes him happy is I call him and I say, Dad, I'm coming to play cards. We're gonna play a card game. That's what makes him happy. It's us just coming over there and laughing and cutting up and spending time. He doesn't want me to buy him anything. He wants my time now. And it's because we've already had this discussion because he worked so hard trying to give us a good life that he forgot to actually be there and live the life with us. And then I started having children, and it's like now he got to work extra hard because he got to make sure all of us are taken care of too. Do y'all see how that falls on them? It's so wild. Yeah. hmm That's like, tonight I had to come back and I had to go to work, but I stopped by there to see him, and that's the first thing that my mom she said, well, your daddy wants to know if you're coming upstairs. I said I can't right now, but he was waiting on me to come up there. He was waiting for me to come up there and just spend time with him because now he's understanding how important time really is, and that's it, right? What are you doing? Yeah. You said historical stories and real life in the case shows fortune and attracts fake supporters and friends and who your eyes. Okay. Yeah, I always do. I always do. Since 2022, I see things a lot more clear with the situation. Cause y'all, at the end of the day, you can't blame these people for how they was raised. Cause there's a lot of abuse that they didn't even know was abuse, right? And this is where you know that you're ready to heal because you're ready to have these kind of conversations, right? And that's really really important because you don't never know what somebody's done been through, and that's like, people from my past, I forgive them because I do know about their family. I do know how they was doing. And it's very, very important because it's like the fact that they're even still here is an amazing story, you know? And it's really, really sad, y'all, because it's so much family trauma that's being passed down to our own children. Like I said, it's being poured out onto them. And I've noticed when people ain't been loved correctly, they push you away. You try to love them, and they're like, "No, you just need to get away from me. No, I don't want to lay with you. No, I want you to go over there. No, just stay." And now it's like we're coming into a time and an energy where people are like, "Can I come and love you?" Like my son came and stayed the night last night. He's 24 years old. Mama, can I come and see you? Yeah, you can come and see me. Shit, put the air mattress up. Okay, yeah, I only live in a one bedroom, but shit, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? That's like, one day my daughter called and she was sick and she wasn't feeling good. I think she was like 20. And she was like, Mama, I just need you. And she just came and she laid in the bed with me and I made her some soup. And, she just curled up to me. You said, how do I heal myself emotionally? Um, I feel like there's something with family. Okay, and this is gonna sound real well, but I need you to go to the park and I need you to sit and watch a family. Cause I feel like the family that you had, it was like everybody was so busy being chaotic and fighting each other and doing certain things. You actually never witnessed no love. So go witness a family out there. A father teaching his little boy how to ride a bike or feeding the ducks or whatever. They say if you've had problems in love, go watch a loving family. Yeah, like go watch that loving family, because maybe you need another way of looking at things. Because all you've seen is toxicity. Because Chris, you always let this woman back in to abuse you. You can't let her keep coming back and doing that to you. Why? What is it? What is it that's missing? That you'll take anybody to come in and just hurt you, right? No matter how bad she hurts you, you let her in. So emotions is important. Was you raised by somebody that was just cold? They didn't show no emotions. They didn't give you no hug. They didn't give you no kiss. So now you are into this type of woman, right? Because that's the kind of household you was raised in. Like we're just cold, calculated. We're gonna go to work. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna do this, but we ain't never ever gonna have that moment of being vulnerable. And intimacy just ain't sex, right? Intimacy is like laying with your partner and asking how their day was, right? Or y'all laying up and watching a movie and doing different things. Going out, walking in the park, taking a ride, listening to music, just dancing around the house, loving on, you know what I'm saying? Loving on each other. It ain't got to be physical touch or exchange of money for it to be y'all gonna be in a relationship. See what I'm saying? So it's just different things, but emotionally, yeah, there's something maybe that you need to look into there as far as your emotions go, because I'm telling you that with the house I lived in, it was cold. It's cold. There wasn't no love there. And it's like my mother, where she was poor and my dad was poor, it was like we need to look at we want everybody to see what we got, the things that we have. And it's like I don't give a shit about none of that. I'm hurting. I want somebody to hug me. Like I'm emotional, and then I become an emotional drunk at the age of 13. So it was like by the time I was 16, shit, I was grown. You couldn't tell me shit. I'm doing what I want to do. And it is what it is. Right? Yeah. You definitely, it's time to get out. You said, yeah, but that's it. Let me tell you something about pets. As a child, I was not ever allowed to have a dog or a cat in the house. So whenever I become grown, okay, and I have my own house and stuff, that's why if y'all been watching me the past few years, okay, on my journey, I always have a dog. Okay. I had Choppy. That was my pit bull. He was a rescue dog. Okay. I had him. Then let's see. I've had multiple pets, right? And then we had Lily. Lily was my grand dog. And then my husband brought Hercules home. But I listen, anytime you need some healing, get you a dog. Go to the shelter and get you a dog. Or get you a plant. And then I need your then you can take your ass and go over and get in a relationship. If you can take care of that dog, or you can that plant don't die on you, then you ready for a relationship. And that's some real good advice. That's what they tell you in rehab too. Whenever you're getting off drugs, they'll tell you to go get you a plant or get you a pet. When you are emotionally stable to take care of that plant or that animal, then you're emotionally stable to be in a relationship. Sometimes, let me just tell you about Hercules. Listen to him. We're his emotional damn support, okay? Because he will have moments where he's so damn emotional he don't know what to do. And his daddy's schedule has switched up from working mornings to working nights, working afternoons, working mornings. And then I work from home, so it's like he's over here, he's like, Daddy, where you going? Oh, Daddy had to go to work this morning. Oh, Daddy had to go to work tonight. What's you see what I'm saying? So now I'm over here carrying Hercules' emotions. You know, that's why I was telling y'all the other day. He like got in my spot, was like, "You need to go to work, Mama." Yeah. Why do you think you see so many elderly people with pets after their spouse passes away? They don't get with another person. They have their pet. Okay. Mm-hmm. For healing. Like if my husband is down and he don't feel good, Hercules will go over and lay all over him because he's sucking that energy off of him, and he's showing him unconditional love. No matter what kind of day he's having, just like with Lily, whenever I was going through things, she'd come over and she'd just lay with me. And that's why it was so hard for me. Whenever I lost Lily, like that was like, oh, because Lily helped me get through some very, very trying times. And it was hard, right? But I know she's still here. She watching. Y'all sorry. Yes, I do. Yes.
What happened? What she say poor Hercules?
Talking about him cuz he's emotional.
Oh,
He's emotional about you because my husband is his my husband picked him up from a homeless couple, and he was the first person that interacted with us, right? Was he interacted with my husband. And yeah, he was something serious. Like he was only this little. And I remember when I come on the camera, I was like, y'all, I gotta show y'all something. Cause y'all, I sit in the bed and I cried. When you talk about depression, y'all, I was depressed. Because I listen now, Lily helped me get through so much, and then when she got sick on me and I lost her, I laid in that bed with her blanket and I cried, and I was like, I can't get up. I cannot do this. Y'all, it was so hard on me. Look, I'm about to cry right now when I lost my baby. But I knew she was suffering. She had cancer. She had knots all over. She was sick. And the only thing that I done for the last 2 years for Lily was keep her comfortable. And I knew that in the back of my mind, I knew I was gonna lose her, but I didn't treat it like that though. She was the princess. Whatever she wanted, she got. And there was times where I'd have to leave, and y'all, she wouldn't even eat. She'd sit at the door and wait on me to come back whenever I'd come back in town. And Then she'd come lay in the bed. And she'd just lay there with me and she'd wait. And my mom would call me on video chat and I'd be like, Lily, you need to go eat. And she'd just look at me and shake her head. And then whenever I come home, she'd eat. She'd be fine. So I tried not to stay away too long because I knew she'd starve herself. And I'm like, this ain't good, right? But she was my baby. She was. And she helped me get through things. So if y'all need somebody, let me tell you something. Get you a dog. Cause listen, I love my babies. My fur babies, yeah. They help so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no. See, I'm gonna be honest. That's one thing about me and my husband. Listen, when we moved away from the house, that was one of the sit downs we had about Hercules because we was like, okay, we're going on the road. We're gonna be traveling, booking Airbnbs and booking hotels. Like, what's gonna happen here? And I was like, well, we can try to drop him off at the shelter. Tried the shelter, they didn't have no room. So my husband, he's out of town for training. He calls me. He says, we can't do that. He was like, I'm gonna pay whatever. He was like, but we gotta keep Hercules. And I was like, well, I got a call from the shelter. They don't have no room for him. I was like, so it's meant for him to go with us, right? And I did have to abandon Choppy, and it was bad circumstances, and I thought I put him somewhere, but it was like that was a lesson learned for me. Like he's like mine and my husband's son. He come to us 9 weeks old. Ain't no damn way I could just do that. I was told by somebody to take and just let him out on the side of the road and pull off. Ain't no damn way. I don't have that. Y'all listen. No, I can't just I can't do that. What is it? Y'all, he's a mess back here. A lot of times, like y'all don't see him, but you might hear him because he sits right here, just like Lily did. Whenever I lived in the house, Lily would always come and she would sit up under my desk and lay on my feet. Um, she took a lot of hits too. She did. Yeah, yeah. Cause I listen. No. I ain't doing none of that. My baby, he coming. I don't care what happens. Just like all the way up until the day that Lily passed. Listen now, whatever she needed, whatever she wanted, she got. I didn't care. Everybody could get out of the house. But that was her rug. That was her couch she laid on. See, that was another thing like that helped my dad and my mom too. With material things is when we had Lily because they never would let us have animals, right? So when they moved in with me, it really helped their healing because Lily would go over there and lay. And my mom would be like, well, she can't lay on the couch. I'm like, yes, she can. And it helped them understand material things wasn't important. So my son come one day and he was like, I'm going to take Lily. Honey, my mom and daddy went to the door and said, no, you're not going to take Lily nowhere. They both jumped up. I was like, oh, okay. But it helped them understand love and not the material things because she would lay on the couch. Dog hair gets everywhere and, whatever. She might have chewed on the side of it. But it helped them understand too whenever Lily got brought in the house of unconditional love. So maybe that's a message for somebody. Maybe you need to get you a pet and it's going to teach you something different because no matter what happens, that dog or that cat or whatever type of animal you get, they gonna love you. And it is what it is. They gonna love you on the bad days, the good days, whatever's happening, right? That's like Hercules had to be he had to be patient because he's not used to mama leaving the house. Like earlier, I was like, Mama gotta go to the store, I gotta get some stuff. And I was like, I'll be right back. And he just looked at me like, Mom, what we doing? What? But y'all, Hercules does not like to ride in the car. And I'm like, I'm not listening to you whine. Okay? So you can just stay at home. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay? But that's very, very significant. Now, Lily, she love riding in the car. I don't know what his thing is, but he cries. He pouts. I don't know. I guess he's traumatized or something. I don't know what happened, but he does not like riding in the car at all. Cause he won't lay down. Y'all should have seen him on the way to out of town whenever we left. He just panted and cried the whole time. I'm like, you just lay down and go to sleep. Literally, I had to put him up front with me and like put him in my lap and just have him close to my chest like a little baby because he wouldn't stop. I don't know what it was, but it's a fear of cars or something. Okay, do I got anybody else that would like a mini read or two questions for $10? Y'all fixing to go here and eat and spend some time with my hubby. It's 10:25. He just got off of work. We've been busy all day, and then he got called in, and I had to come back and do the rest of my work. So yeah. Okay, y'all. I don't know what's up with this comment section. It keeps stopping. Okay. All right, so family, I love y'all. Okay, and I'm gonna go on and hop up off of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this and got you some good information. But yeah, I just want to send everybody some love, light, and healing. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, slow down, man. Listen, material things, yeah, we gotta have money to live, but make sure your health is your wealth. You know what I'm saying? And and like our friend is saying here with the depression and stuff like that, just sit down, figure out what you need to do, and not overextend yourself. That is the biggest thing, guys. Do not overextend yourself. You do not have to do A, B, C, or D, but you gotta make sure the bills is paid. Okay? If somebody, if you know, if little Shannon she wants this stuff and she wants that, listen, we can't do it. We can't do it. She gonna have to throw a tantrum, whatever. But we not gonna go to Chick-fil-A. We gonna go home and eat chicken at the house. Okay? You got to set some boundaries. You got to say, okay, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing that. So you don't fall in that depression because that Saturn in Aries is very, very significant. Okay, because I'm telling y'all, that's how I just had to look at the bigger picture of things. That's the only reason that I did not fall into depression whenever things happen around, my finances and stuff, is because I would not go that direction. I'm like, nah, I'm not finna. Let me go over here and figure this out because I had to get back up. And it's like, yeah, because back then I would have fell in that depression and I'd have crashed out. We ain't got time to crash out, okay? I love y'all. Talk to you tomorrow. Listen, do your research, get yourself together. Self healing is very, very important, and you got this, okay? You're welcome. Hey, y'all, that's why I do what I do, okay? Because I wish I would have had a me whenever I was going through certain things on my journey and in my life. I wish I'd have had a me. And somebody would have just grabbed me up and said, hey, listen, get up. You don't have time to sit here and worry about something that ain't even your burdens or going and overindulging. Why you got to go have that drink? Go over there to that gym and work that energy out, right? Go do some damn yoga. Go get you a good book. Go get in a damn salt bath and calm your ass down. You need to be ending those cycles. We need to be really, really focused on the health. Your health is really, really important. Mental health, physical health, all of that stuff is really important. Okay? Um, Habits. Focus on your habits. What are you doing? Structure. Is there structure? Do you have are you having trouble sleeping? Ask yourself why. What you need to release. Okay? Love y'all. Talk to you tomorrow.